When you think about the human skeleton, it's like this massive, intricate puzzle, right? Every single piece connects to another. But what if I told you there's one bone that completely breaks that rule? A total lone wolf. And that brings up a really fascinating question. Seriously, just think about it for a sec. Your skull connects to your spine. Your ribs link up to your sternum. Arm bones, shoulder bones, everything seems to have a partner. Except for this one. So the answer to that little riddle? It's a tiny, unsung hero that, believe it or not, you're using this very second. In fact, you use it every time you talk, every time you swallow, even when you take a breath. We're talking about the hyoid bone. Unlike any other bone you've got, this one doesn't link up with another one. It just floats. Yep, it's just suspended right there in your neck by this amazing web of muscles and ligaments. And this unique, free-floating design is exactly what makes it so incredibly important. Okay, so this whole floating anchor idea is pretty cool. But what does it actually look like? And where exactly is it hiding? Let's zoom in and take a look. You can actually find its general neighborhood right now on your own body. If you gently feel the front of your neck, it's located right between your chin and that harder cartilage of your voice box. Even though it has such a critical job, it's tucked away in there pretty safely. And there it is. It's this elegant, U-shaped structure. You've got the central part, which is called the body, and then two pairs of horns. The larger, greater horns sweep backward, while the smaller, lesser horns point up. You can think of these horns as docking points, the crucial anchors for that whole web of muscles we were talking about. All right, so we know what the hyoid is. Now let's get into what it does. This little bone is an absolute powerhouse. It's the critical engine for two things we do constantly without ever giving it a second thought: speaking and swallowing. Picture the hyoid as the rope in a constant game of tug of war. You've got one team of muscles above it, the suprahyoid muscles, that pull it up, and then you've got the infrahyoid muscles below, which pull it down. It's this perfectly balanced tug of war that allows for all the precise, coordinated movements it needs to make. Let's see this in action with something you do 1,000 times a day: swallowing. So your tongue pushes food back. Instantly, that top team of muscles yanks the hyoid bone up and forward. This single motion lifts your entire larynx, which cleverly closes off your airway so food doesn't go down the wrong pipe. Once the coast is clear, the bottom muscles pull everything back down, resetting the whole system. It's just a perfectly choreographed little dance. And that exact same stability is absolutely essential for speech. By providing a solid base for your tongue, the hyoid allows for all the super precise movements you need for clear words. It also anchors your larynx, or voice box, helping you control your pitch and the quality of your voice. It's a subtle but powerful player in every single conversation. But the story of the hyoid has a darker side. Because of its unique, protected spot, this little bone can become a silent witness in forensic investigations. For a forensic pathologist, finding a broken hyoid bone in an adult is a massive red flag. And why is that? Well, because it takes a very specific, directed kind of force to fracture it, which makes it a powerful indicator of manual strangulation or hanging. The reason a fracture is so telling is because the hyoid is incredibly well protected by the jaw and all those neck muscles. It just doesn't break easily from other impacts. But it is important to know that this is mainly true for adults. In children and teenagers, the bone isn't fully hardened yet. It's more flexible, more like cartilage, so it's much less likely to fracture, even under similar pressure. The hyoid's importance doesn't stop there, either. Clinically, its position in the neck is actually linked to conditions like obstructive sleep apnea. Since it anchors the tongue and other tissues in the upper airway, a hyoid that sits lower in the neck can contribute to the airway collapsing during sleep, causing those breathing interruptions that are the hallmark of OSA. Okay, but the hyoid story isn't limited to just us humans. Across the animal kingdom, this humble little bone has evolved into some truly incredible adaptations, giving other creatures what you could basically call superpowers. Ever wondered why lions can roar but can't purr, while cheetahs can purr but can't roar? The answer is the hyoid. In big cats that roar, like lions, the hyoid is flexible. It's not completely solid bone. This allows their larynx to be super mobile, creating that powerful roar. But in cats that purr, like cheetahs or your house cat, the hyoid is completely rigid and solid, which enables the vibrations for a purr but prevents a roar. It's a fascinating trade-off. And the adaptations get even wilder. In woodpeckers, the hyoid horns are so long they wrap all the way around the skull, acting like a built-in seatbelt to protect the brain from all that pecking. Howler monkeys have a large, hollow hyoid that works like a natural megaphone for their deafening calls. And in many birds, it's extended way forward to give their tongues incredible bony support and dexterity. So when you put it all together, it's pretty incredible, right? From the power of a lion's roar to the subtlety of human speech, from a detective's clue to the simple act of swallowing your next meal, the hyoid is a true marvel. It may be the body's lowliest bone, but it is far from insignificant. It's a perfect reminder that even the smallest, most overlooked parts of us can play the most extraordinary roles.